Something you may not know about me, because I don't know if this has ever been that apparent or noticeable in any of my videos, but I'm a pretty non-confrontational person. I don't really like confrontations. I don't like getting into confrontations with people. I don't like being involved in confrontations, getting involved in confrontations. I don't even like being around confrontations. And I usually actively avoid any confrontation as much as I can. And usually it's a good thing for me. Like for instance, it saves me from any stress or anxiety that a confrontation might bring. It also saves me from, making the confrontation even worse by getting involved. Also, it makes me safe, in a way that, say a confrontation might lead to some kind of violence or worse things. It keeps me safe in that kind of way as well. And yeah, and usually being non-confrontational is a good thing for me. But there is a downside. Of course, there's always a downside. Some people, friends, relatives, other people, sometimes get mad at me for and upset at me for, you know, not wanting to get involved in confrontations, like say their arguments or fights or drama that they're in or whatever. They might get mad at me for not wanting to get involved, for not speaking up and saying something, or sticking up for them in a confrontation, or defending them in a confrontation, or yeah, things like that. They might get upset about that. They might get mad and angry at me for it. And that's happened several times. And yeah, it's never fun. And it always makes me feel like I'm a bad, friend, or I'm a bad family member, or just a bad person in general to this person, that I don't really care about them. It always makes me feel like that, which that's never really the case. And I wish people would understand that. It's never the case with me. I just don't want to, you know, get involved in a confrontation. I just don't want, you know, to end up making the confrontation 10 times worse by getting involved. I don't want to cause any, extra stress and anxiety for myself and for other people by being involved in a confrontation. Because that most likely happens sometimes. I just wish people would understand that, and would understand why I'm usually non-confrontational. And yeah, I just wish more people would understand it and not get mad and angry and upset at me. It doesn't mean just because I'm non-confrontational doesn't mean I don't care about you or whatever, or care about your issues or what you're going through or what's happening. No, doesn't really mean that. It just, like I said, it means I just don't want to get involved in stuff and cause more shit to happen, and to me and to other people, and I just, yeah. I just don't want to add to the unpleasantness of any confrontation. That it's already unpleasant. It's already uncomfortable to deal with. I don't want to make it, make. I don't want my involvement to make it worse. And yeah, and yeah, but that's just one consequence of being non-confrontational. Is people. Some people might get mad at you, might get angry and upset at you for not wanting to get involved in whatever confrontation they're, you know, a part of. But yeah. Now there are times where, you know, certain situations where I do get involved in confrontation. Of course, certain situations, certain contexts call for that sort of thing, me getting involved in confrontation. Where you kind of feel like you have to be involved in it. Like you have to be there for your friend or family member. You have to stick up for them. You have to, defend them or whatever. You know. But usually 9 out of 10 times I avoid confrontation. I'm just non-confrontational. And I've always been that way majority of my life. And I'm not entirely sure why exactly. I mean, I know why, because I explained why, but I don't know where it really comes from. It might have something to do with, you know, early childhood trauma thing, having to deal with my parents arguing a lot when they were together, and when they were getting a divorce and whatnot. I was really young and I witnessed all that, and I didn't like any of that. I didn't like being around any of that, you know. And that might be one of the root causes of why I'm so non-confrontational, you know. But again, I don't know. But yeah, it is what it is.